And in 60 seconds or less, how are the preparations for the AFCON 2027 going? It's the first time the AFCON's going back to East Africa in decades.
Yeah, they're going well in Tanzania. At least they're going well. I think Tanzania probably are more strategic in how we're doing it. My Kenyan friends and Ugandans might say I'm being biased here or I'm trying to wind them up. But I do think Tanzania is more strategic. We have the new Amani complex in Zanzibar, which is ready already. We have the KMC complex, which might not be part of the bid, I don't think, but it's already ready. There are other stadiums being built as well and being renovated. So the Mkapa Stadium is ready. Azam complex is ready. So I think we're readier than the other nations. We have those two CAF-approved stadiums, Mkapa, and then Azam Stadium, Azam complex. So I think we are more strategic in how we're doing it, and we're not far off. And it is something that is also being discussed constantly in Tanzania. So I do like that we are discussing it and things
Mm.
are happening because it's a big thing for our country.
Yeah, the excitement is palpable. I personally can't wait for that AFCON. I need to brush up on my Swahili before I get out there, but really, really
Don't
looking
worry,
forward
I'll,
to it.
I'll teach you a couple of words.
The
And
important ones. Before we go, I just wanted to just talk 2 minutes about Algeria, my team, or at least where I'm from. And me personally, I couldn't be more pessimistic about the Algerian national team in a very, very long time. This sort of disintegration began when Jamal Belmadi, after that 35 match winning streak, which followed the AFCON triumph in 2019, disintegrated, didn't fail to qualify for the World Cup in 2022, and then failed to get out of the group stages for the next two AFCON, African Cup of Nations. And since then, um, the country, it feels like there's too much politics in the football. Everybody has agendas. There are groups of supporters that are supporting Jamal Belmadi still, despite the fact that he's been fired. Others that are supporting the new federation president, who's, by the way, I think number 6 or number 7 in the last 8 or 9 years. And there's just way too much interest and drama. And throughout this whole thing, I don't feel like there's a team that's being built, really. There's very little confidence that Vladimir Petkovic, the new coach, the Swiss Bosnian coach, is actually selecting his own players. Many believe it's the federation that's assigning them. Um, the team is scoring goals under Petkovic, but they're also conceding a worrying amount of goals. And I don't see solutions for the problems that have plagued Algerian football over the last 3, 4 years, meaning the central defense, defensive midfield, defending set pieces. All of these things are problems that have persisted, and we haven't really found a solution yet. So, me
Yeah,
personally, I think Algeria still has enough quality to get to the next AFCON in Morocco, which will be huge, by the way, for Algeria, two
yeah,
rival countries, and there's going to be a lot of supporters that do end up over there. So they will be sort of feel like they'll be playing at home.
yeah,
And I think that will be important to them. But they need to get there. And then once November passes, they really need to work on constructing a team. And the good thing for Algeria is they'll at least have 12 to 13 months to do that because the AFCON is so far away.
yeah.
Um,
Just a quick question: do you think too much has changed, or is it that change, or the changes in the team haven't been managed well? Because I can still see players like Riyad Mahrez,
yeah,
Bonja, and obviously Mahrez is
Aissa
still,
Mandi,
yeah,
Aissa
Aissa
Mandi's
Mandi,
33 years
yeah,
old in central defense.
Mandi is kind of like a constant. He doesn't
Mm.
really, and I do like international football for those players who always turn up. But yeah, I was looking at the squad and I said, is this that change that hasn't been managed well, or is it just like this is the best that Algeria has at the moment?
Yeah, what I would say is that everything changed too quickly, but that's because nothing changed for so long prior to that. I think Belmadi stuck with that 23 that won him the AFCON for far too long. And then once it completely disintegrated, they tried to change everything too quickly. And as a result, you have no semblance of an actual core of a team. And it's just like you say, like players that have never really proved anything with the Algerian national team or imposed themselves, sprinkled in with 2 or 3 veterans. And I think even the players themselves, from what I'm hearing, even the players themselves are kind of have very low confidence and are not really sure what the project is in the long term.